100% crypto. In today's content, sorry for the delay on the previous live stream. For some reason, you guys basically having some issue with the uploading, and then basically you couldn't watch. It was lagging behind, but I'm just gonna restart it all over again. Hopefully, you guys not gonna be having issues this time. If we're gonna be having issue, I'm just gonna record it and upload it later. All right. So in today's content, we're going to talk about BTC on the 3 days chart, the weekly chart, 21 days chart, especially on the volume. I talked about it on the very recent live stream, and then basically, we're just going to repeat what we just said, right? We're just going to repeat what we just said, and then basically see if we can see if the bulls going to be making a strong case regarding BTC pushing to the upside and going all the way up to some crazy numbers. I'm scared to even mention, right? So when you take a look at the 3 days chart, in this area, BTC made something very special. What it did in this area, we got roughly around 330,000 buying pressure at the very bottom. At the very top, like I told you, back in June and July, I said the selling pressure we got at the top, we're gonna need it at the bottom. So that's the 3 days chart. So it's looked like a buying pressure, but it is selling pressure. So you just have to understand how to read the chart, right? So this volume is basically matching the same volume, and that's a very strong case. If you're pretty much bullish, you got a strong case to say hey, BTC could be even going to 16K within 3 days. But that's up to you to make that case, right? To make that choice. Because I'm still a 65% bearish until I see a further strong evidences the bulls are strong enough to for me to bet, not to bet against them. But right now I'm 65% bearish right at the moment. But that's the 3 days chart, right? And if you even go back to the last bottom when I was telling you, right, I'm 99% bullish. That's the same type of that's the same type of a strong evidence I got from at the bottom. The volume we got at the bottom was way bigger than the volume we got at the very top of 20K. That's 20K. That's 3K capitulation. That's the same move. And then you can see the breakout volume we got on the weekly. This volume was pretty big on the weekly. That's 7 days chart. I'm going to show you on the 7 days chart. Pretty big volume also. So, and I said basically going to break this level, and then we're going to go all the way up to 5,500. And that's exactly what we did when we went all the way up to that's exactly what we did at the back in April 31st, right? We closed right around 5,500. I think 53 to 55 in that range. So pay attention to the 3 days chart. It is quite incredible. It is giving us all the ingredients we need basically to be bullish, but we also got a strong case for the bears we're going to talk about next, right? Regarding the Elliott wave. All right, so the next topic we're going to talk about, we're going to take a look at the weekly chart on we're going to take a look at the weekly chart on Bitstamp, not Coinbase, right? Coinbase. Let's move on to the weekly. All right. Hey, what's up, Hank? Hey, what's up, bot running elements? So you take a look at the weekly chart on Bitstamp. Let's go on Bitstamp. Okay. When you go on Bitstamp, you take a look at the weekly chart. All right. Back in 2015. 13, 14, 15, 16, right? You can see in this area the type of volume we got at the bottom, this big volume we got, that's exactly the type of single candle volume we're getting right now, with almost over 400,000 trading volume on Binance, right? And we got a capitulation move. This capitulation move, guys, you see how incredible it is? Okay, it is incredible. The same type of volume, this volume right here, you seen, it's the same exact volume you got in this area. This one was roughly around 350, and this one was 370, right? It is the same exact volume. And when we go on a 12-hour time frame, I'm going to show you that type of volume also on the 12 hours, how incredible BTC made a 80,000 selling pressure at 14K, and an 80,000 selling pressure also at right around 10,000 to 77, and then right now we're making almost 160,000 buying pressure all the way up to 10.5. That's pretty incredible. So that 100,000 set buying pressure we made, it is just this move. Okay, it could be similar. It's not the same in terms of characteristic. They got similar characteristic, but it is not the same pattern. It is just how to recognize the bottom and the bottom, and is it is it good enough to intimidate the bears? Okay, but it is not good enough to intimidate me so far. All right, So at the same time, when you take a look at the chart, the 21-day chart, right? So when you take a look at the 21-day chart, you can see BTC, right? The last bull run, right? We only got 2 red candles, okay? 2 red candles on that bull run, only 2, right? Right now we only got 2 right now, and this one, if this one is red, we're gonna get 3. It is okay, but on the previous bull run, we never closed below this 21 EMA, this red yellow line. This yellow line, we never closed below it. Right now, we didn't close below it. This yellow line you're seeing, we did not close below it, but we retested it, right? But that is also a solid, valid case for the bears. We're going to talk about it. This yellow line, okay? If BTC breaks it, that's going to be like a, it's going to make me like 75 to 80% bearish if we break it. But right now, the bulls are making a very strong case, right? On the 21-day chart also, you know, we could be going to some crazy you know, unbelievable numbers, okay? So unbelievable numbers, right? So you have to just keep that in mind very shortly. At the same time, the 21-day chart, when you take a look at the volume we got at the bottom, I mentioned it on a recent video also. If you want to go and watch it, that's the same type of move BTC is making currently on the 3-day chart. Same exact move on the 3-day chart. Same equal volume, top and bottom. Top selling pressure at the top is equal to the buying pressure at the bottom. So you cannot call this, even though this candle is green, you cannot call it buying pressure, because you know that, you know, it is, I usually call it like the FOMO volume, okay? It's like a lot of FOMO, and it's the biggest fake out volume, and then most likely, you know, people lost a lot of money and then trying to buy at 1100, and then have to sell right around like in this capitulation from like a 300 to 200, and then, you know, the big market makers, or, you know, reverse the pattern right away, right? So that's a very strong case for the, you know, basically for the bulls, right? For the bulls, if you're bullish, you pretty much got a strong case to stay bullish, at least for the short term. So let's move back to Binance, and we're going to take a look at the Elliott wave count we discussed like since back in June, and then we're going to move on to the lower time frame. All right, we long in BTC like from 89 to roughly around like 89 to 91 to 87 in that range, right? So looking for BTC to retest 10K or so, right? So, but it might get rejected once we go to the lower degree. We're going to discuss all of that. So on the daily time frame, if you go back to my previous video, we talked about right after this, before even BTC, okay? Because I don't want you to guys say like, oh, you saw it somewhere and stuff like that, right? But before even BTC, right, hit 14K, okay? We told you like 14K gonna be the easiest target, okay? 14K was going to be the easiest target to hit, and as soon as we hit 14K, we're going to make a 3-way move down, okay? A 3-way move up, another down, 1-to-1 extension of this move, right? From that area, you go and watch it. That's exactly what we did, all right? Even though I was waiting for BTC to retest 7,000, it didn't retest 7,000, but that's exactly what we made. That's the same exact move we've been waiting for like almost since July. It is also a strong case for the bulls to like keep up the momentum and know like they have to believe in themselves, and then they can take the price all the way up to 16K. That's a very strong case. So I've been following this pattern since like 14K, guys. From the first drop, we said like we're going to be making this pattern. I wasn't even saying like 60-70%. I was like, this is a pattern I'm following, and it did exactly hit that target of you know, 1-to-1 extension of the W, okay? The W wave, that's what you got. You got W, X, and Y correction, and your W, we talked about this even before we got it, and it is 1-to-1 extension of your Y correction is a 1-to-1 extension of your W. You can see we hit that target exactly. So that's a very strong case, guys. It's a very strong case. Hey, what's up, JMod? Hopefully the link is working this time, right? So now we have to focus on the bearish scenario, okay? You guys know we got a WXY, but we also got a WXYZ, right? XZ correction. What I mean by that, you could get, instead of this WXY, you could get a WXY. The Y correction is completed. We could get this another X in this area, and then we could be looking for a Z correction down to this area. So how we gonna anticipate this Z correction? Because we already said like the Y gonna be one-to-one extension. Y gonna be one-to-one extension of basically your W. But how you gonna count your Z? All right, how you gonna count? Are you gonna say we're gonna look for another one-to-one extension from this one, right? If we look for one-to-one extension from this current X, like we're assuming like 10.5 gonna be the top, okay? Like we could assume like this one-to-one extension of this X, and you could anticipate your W from that area, and you could anticipate BTC to drop down from like a roughly in this level. Let's do it correctly. That's your 1388. That's your 1388 top down to 9100, right? And then from that point, like let's say we assume like 10.5 is a top, right? So you could be anticipating your Z to be aligning in this area of 5700. And 5700, it is not a random number. I told you like since like BTC was 13k, 5700, the Trololo trend line going to be at 5700 late to mid July. I mean late to mid December, excuse me. I told you that back in July. The Trololo trend line going to be at 5700 right around like a mid to late December 2019, right? So we just have to be very, very careful. You can be as bullish as you want, but I'm sticking with my 65% bearishness just because of this count. Even though we hit this target exactly, right? I'm still I got I'm seeing like some bearish momentum. I think like it could work out for the bears, so I'm sticking with the bears, okay, until we break this level, and we could be looking for some bullish pattern to the upside, right? We could be looking for some bullish pattern to the upside as soon as we break this level. Otherwise we could still make a falling wedge, drop down, get this wick. It could be a wick, and then take it to the upside or take it to the downside further. All right, so hey, what's up, David? So let me know if you have any question regarding the regarding BTC before I move on to Ethereum. I'm going to talk about BTC also on the lower degree and why we're looking for BTC to retrace down on the lower degree, even though like I'm looking for BTC right now to push a little bit higher, but at some point it has to retrace. It cannot go up. Nothing can go up forever, guys, regardless of what asset class you're going to be buying. You just have to be really careful, because you cannot just expect like market to go up forever. It's going to get tired. Most of you guys going to be, and including myself, you're going to be stressed. We're going to be stressed because we cannot keep up with this high volatility every single day, 200 400 points up and down. It's very volatile. Market has to be has to relax, and it's just like an excitation. It's just excited. It has to relax. Okay, it's like an excitation state, and it has to relax, right? So if you're new to the content, make sure to hit the like, guys, and subscribe. We got 40 people watching. We should get like at least 38 to 35 likes. If you don't like it, just hit the thumbs down and let me know what you think down in the chat room or the comment section, or send me a private message, something like we can improve and get a better quality. All right, so remember, it is free. So if you want to join the private group, the private Telegram group, just click the link under the description. If you want to upgrade to the premium member to receive these daily targets, daily analysis, and then talk about all this great stuff, make sure to send me a private message, and then we can talk about it, right? So it is incredible, guys. The bulls are making a good cases, some great cases, and then you cannot ignore it. Even though I'm bearish, I cannot ignore the bullishness of BTC at the current state of the market. 3,000 points is pretty big, right? But that's one of the reasons I'm bullish. I'm bearish, but the volume matching the top volume, it is something I've been waiting for. So I just have to be honest and say, hey, this is what we got, so be careful. Okay, so be careful. All right, guys, let me check the chat room very quickly before we move on to the lower degree. The lower degree is exceptional, guys. We talked about this pattern, BTC pushing back up to at least 97 to 98, possibly could hit like a 10-1 before seeing some retracement, and exactly that's what BTC is doing. So what at price, but how are we going to be doing it in the lower degree? Okay, on the lower degree, you can see like on the lower degree, if you don't understand what's going on, you're going to be long in BTC right now. And this pattern we got in this area is a bearish pattern. So if you're long in BTC, you might want to start taking profit. This is a bearish pattern. We talked about it in our premium group. It can be like this, right? It can look like that, this one, that one, or it can be like even like this, example W. So but the angle can differ sometimes. It can like that, okay? It can differ like that, right? So that's what we're looking for actually for the short term. So this move we got yesterday, we talked about during the live stream. If some of you guys watched the previous live stream, or at least like on the live stream, you can see like we talked about this move. We said like BTC made this one, we could be looking for this move, right? We said like that's a valid count, but our initial count was like BTC to make this move. Okay, initial count was like BTC to make this move and this move. That's what we got in the premium group. We said like we're going to be pushing back up. So basically BTC, I was looking for BTC to drop down to this level of 91 to 88, and we did that exactly. And I anticipated the drop from like a 96 right around this area. We dropped down to this level, and we said like we're going to be looking for this move, and this move can be anywhere in this level. So it's just a box, all right? It can get a wick to the upside, or it can just drop from this area. But the most important thing is like we push back up to this level, and this level, it is nothing but 50% to 0.618. I'm going to show you. We're going to talk. You can see BTC made exactly a 50% to 0.618 pullback. It is incredible. Okay, it is incredible. But how did we know BTC going to drop down to 80, roughly around like a 86 to 88 level? You take your entire move. If you take your entire move, that's the low degree, guys. So BTC going up or down does not really make it's not going to have a big impact on the bigger picture, right? It's just noise, right? So you can see like we pull back at the previous level. Okay, so if you don't like to do your 0.618 to a 0.6 50% pullback, you can just look for retracement, right, down to like a 50% and going back up to the previous fib retracement, which is like 382, dropping down to 0.618, going back up just like this. You can just do your swing trades just like this, okay? But at some point you're gonna have to be careful, because it doesn't work all the time. So you don't have to wait exactly at the BTC to retrace back up to the previous fib level. You can just do a nice swing and get out, right? Do a nice swing and get out. Hey, what's up, Bob Amy? Fund manager. He did call the 10-481. It was quite incredible, though. I have to give him that one. He did call the 10-481. So even though like most of you guys think he's whatever, but that's your personal opinion, right? But he did call that. So he's pretty funny, though. I like to watch him just to laugh sometimes. So sometimes when I'm down, I just go watch the fund manager just to laugh, right? But he's good. Okay, he's good. He knows what he's talking about. All right. All right, guys. So that's a 15 minutes, right? So you can see in this area, guys, if we're looking for another pullback from BTC, we retrace back up to 236, right? 236 is right around this area, right? We retrace back. Where can you expect BTC to retrace down? It has to. We already retraced at 50%. Okay, we could retrace down to like 85 to 85 level. Okay, give or take 87. The volatility is so high, you cannot give exact number. You just have to give it like 300 points at least volatility, because you can see how BTC is pushing back up and forth like a 200-300 points. But we could be looking for right around like a 85 plus minus 200. Okay, so basically 85 plus minus 200, just for BTC to retrace down to this level. Okay, and we're gonna see if BTC is gonna be strong enough to make that move, give us either a push to the upside or a push to the downside. All right, but 0.618 sometime on the lower degree, it tends to fail and then go down to like a 0.786, and 0.786 it is going to be like 8K. BTC going back down to 8K, it's not going to look good on the bigger picture. In order for the bulls to maintain a strong momentum on the daily, because it's going to affect the daily time frame. All right, the daily time frame, we don't want a high volatility of like 1,000 points. We just want high volatility of like a 400 points to 500 points max. In that way, like, we're not going to get big tail, big wick, small body. But if at any given time right now BTC drop 1,000 points in one day, it is most likely going to create some reversal pattern for the bears. They're going to create some reversal pattern, and I'm going to show you what I'm telling you, what I'm talking about on the daily time frame, because it is quite incredible, right? It is very incredible to pay attention to the Heikin Ashi daily time frame. So you have to use the Heikin Ashi candle. The Heikin Ashi candle, we talked about it last night, and we said, like, in order for the bulls to maintain a strong momentum, right, we could, okay, so this one you have to ignore volume, because price could be going up, right? Price could be going up 200 to 400 points a day, and volume could still be decreasing. Okay, you're not going to understand what's going on. I'm bearish, guys. I'm bearish, 65% bearish. But if we get certain bullish characteristics, it's going to increase the bullishness of BTC. All right, so we could be getting some small candles, and so it could be small, but just no tail. Basically, all these candles, they most likely not going to get any tail if the bull is going to be pushing to the upside. It means the volatility going to decrease. The volatility going to decrease over time within this channel. It's going to go up, but it's just going to stay within this channel. All right, it's just going to stay within this channel, and all of a sudden we're going to get a very, very big volume in this area. Okay, let's say this volume could look like this, right? Just going to stay in this range. Let's say this volume going to stay in this range, right? And then all of a sudden BTC going to give us a very big volume in this area, and this volume going to be it could be like the 16K volume or the 20K volume. So you can take a picture in case we got the bullish setup like this. So I'm pretty bearish, and you know, I'm telling you, I'm pretty bearish, like 65%. But this bullish characteristic we getting right now, we have to ignore it. Whether you're bullish or bearish, you have to just ignore it, and pay attention to it. So high volatility of 1,000 points, we have to ignore it. Okay, we have to ignore. We're getting it on the 6 hour. Same thing, we get it on the 6 hour. You see what I'm telling you right now? We get it on the 6 hour on the daily. I didn't even notice it, right? You can see we get it like these smooth tails. Okay, we could just be making this move, all of a sudden bang, it's gonna go up, right? And the big volume gonna show up in this area, right? So the RSI, you know, you could argue like we haven't seen a divergence on the 6 hour, so that's a very bullish setup. It could be moving up. Okay, it could be moving up to 10K and give us a divergence. So let me see if you guys have any question, and then we're gonna go take a look at Ethereum, right? So let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum is looking good. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum is giving us a same bullish pattern as BTC. It dropped down last night right around like 77 to roughly 73. Basically price pushing back up to 87, right? I think we already hit 87, but 87 is it could be a double top. It could make this move back to 73 just to give us a fake out, another push, if that's a bullish setup. But if like Ethereum drops below this 77 level, we're most likely going to be facing like a further retracement for Ethereum. So 173, it is roughly around roughly around let's see, let's double check. It was like 50% pullback, roughly 50% pullback. So we pulled back 50%, got supported by this 21 EMA on the 6 hour. Let's take a look at it on the daily, not 4 hour. Yep, we roughly got supported by this 21 EMA and then 100 EMA on the 4 hour, and price pushing back up on the Heikin, making some nice smooth tail. And we talked about it also in our group. We said like Ethereum was looking bullish also because of this reversal candle we got, big tail, big wick, small body. On top of all of these moving averages looking good, so it has to just push back up, at least for the short term. And if we break these moving averages, we could be coming back down to this level of 0.786 or 0.618 pullback, right? Yeah. So let's move on to King XRP. XRP is making a solid case, every single day. Like it could be pushing higher and higher, right? Especially I like to talk about XRP on a higher degree. I don't like to discuss XRP much on a lower degree, because the higher degree is giving us a bullish pattern. We could be looking for BTC XRP to at least follow BTC if BTC is going up, right? You can see the high degree, the 21-day candle XRP, we basically pull back to, that's not a, let's put it on a, basically on a fib base level, okay? Okay, on log scale, okay? So when you put it on log scale, XRP is double bottoming on 382, just about like 382 pullback. Now we could be looking for this move for XRP, right? But I'm still very like careful, because XRP could just come back down and retest 50% pullback, just like Litecoin did, right? Which is roughly around like a 13 to 14 cents, right? Before giving us this move to the upside. So in either way, look at the XRP, it is looking good, starting to look good, not extremely, but it is starting to look good. If it drops down to this level, it's gonna be nice, okay? It is gonna be a nice accumulation area, just about like a 13 cents, right? I don't think, right, we're gonna be dropping down below this area anytime soon. But at 13 cents with a at least 35% chance, it is gonna be it is not gonna drop down below this 14 cents, and we could be looking for higher numbers, okay, higher numbers. But as up to now, I'm still bearish on XRP until we break 32 cents, okay, until we break 32 cents on the monthly time frame, not like next month stuff like that. But this month, if like we can close above 32 cents, excuse me, that'll be extremely good, okay? It'll be extremely good. And another good thing, like on the monthly time frame, you can see XRP is making like a reversal pattern, right? That's a reversal pattern on top of the 50 EMA. On the monthly, we cannot close below it for like almost like right now. Let's see, it was like a 25.2. The low was roughly 25.7. So we cannot close below the 50 EMA, this blue line, for like almost 90 days. So that's pretty bullish, okay? That is pretty bullish. The most we can at least expect, like for the short term, we can expect at least this 21 EMA, right, to at least reject the price momentarily before we push to the upside. Because like I told you about BTC, also on the 21 EMA, I said like BTC, the 21 daily EMA is rejecting the price like almost like, I think 12-hour 21 EMA, rejecting the price like 6 times. Next time we go to the 21 EMA, it is most likely just going to crush it. XRP could give you those type of moves. So November could be a great month for XRP. It could be a great month for XRP. So it could be. But as soon as we break 32 cents, guys, we're going to start talking about XRP nearly every single day, right? Every single day. So let's move on to Litecoin. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Litecoin USD, we basically talked about it like a couple of days ago. We said like do not short Litecoin right around this area of 47 below $50, right? So you can see it in this area, right? You can see it in this area. We said do not short Litecoin, and Litecoin could make a this move, and then it's going to push back up, all right? And that's what exactly did. And this area is like the 100 EMA on the daily. Let's see, think the daily. All right, the 50 EMA on the daily, that's 100 EMA on the 12 hour. We got rejected right around this area, and now it is trying to close above it. We're going back towards it, so it is looking very strong. Okay, it is looking very strong. But let's see if like Litecoin going to be able to close above this area of a 50 EMA on the daily, and if it does, next area we could be looking for rejection going to be like $69 Litecoin, which is right around the area of 100 EMA daily. So 100 EMA daily could be a nice area for Litecoin to stop, like push into the upside, and maybe take a deep breath in this area, and then before getting double top and do some crazy move. And if it's Litecoin going to be going up, we're going to discuss it, but we have to wait to get a clean rejection. The clean rejection we got a couple days ago, actually not a couple days ago, but yesterday at this with this shooting star, it is being neutralized. So let's see. Okay, it is being neutralized basically. Okay, we're gonna talk about also Bitcoin Cash. Let's move on to Bitcoin Cash. We're gonna talk about NEO also. NEO just made a big move, right? We just made a big move. So Bitcoin Cash, the move we talked about, Bitcoin Cash, we got it. Similar move to the previous one, but this one is very expanded, and right now it is getting rejected. Unlike Litecoin, it is getting rejected by the 100 EMA, but Litecoin is not that, it's not even like close to it. It's like 100 EMA. So this 100 EMA is very important for most alt. So but the volume is selling pressure big, but volume is not volume selling pressure, volume big, but price is not decreasing. That's extremely good, at least for the short term for Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash closing above this area, that's when we're going to look for some retracement. Okay, it could retrace right around this area, so it could go as high as like $300. Okay, if Bitcoin Cash retests $300, most likely the bears can step up and say, hey man, it is an area of resistance, and Bitcoin Cash has to respect it. We're gonna take advantage of this area, and then we're gonna create some divergence, some panic, stuff like that, and then let them go, or keep the price dropping. All right, so keep an eye on Bitcoin Cash. Right now it is slightly above this area of 50 EMA on the daily. So just like we talked about it regarding XRP, when XRP was moving between 50, I think 100 and 21 EMA on the daily, we said like wait till XRP close above the 100 EMA, and then you're gonna take a short and drop it all the way down to 25 cents, and that's what XRP did exactly. All right, that's what XRP did exactly. So if you take a look at XRP, let's go back to XRP. So we said that's exactly what we said. This 100 EMA when XRP was in this area, right? Just like Bitcoin Cash, we say wait for XRP to close above this area of 100 EMA, and then it's definitely gonna look weak, and then you're gonna take the short down to a 0.618 or 50% pullback, right? So XRP did that exactly. So let's see if Bitcoin Cash gonna be able to do that. So guys, if you have any question, put it under the description. I'm gonna answer your question if that question is relevant to the content. So let's move to EOS. EOS is looking great, just like the rest of the crypto, looking extremely good, but we have to retest in order to keep up the bullish momentum. EOS need to retest like the 100 EMA on the daily, this red line, similar to the rest of the crypto. If it does, we could look for retracement. Right, I don't have any target for EOS right now, just focusing on Bitcoin and Ethereum. But EOS, if we get this rejection, we just like XRP, we're gonna have to retest the 50% pullback, which is like 2.9, and 0.618 gonna be like 2.7. So in this area, we could look for EOS to let's say retrace down. All right, retrace down. We could even close above the 100 EMA. You just have to give it some time to basically to get very tired, and then you take advantage of that weakness. All right. So somebody asked about NEO. What's up, Leo? Let's talk about NEO. NEO is one of my favorite coins. You guys know I was oh, that's look at NEO. NEO is looking good. But one thing about NEO, guys, I'm worried about NEO is like sometimes it can give you these wicks to the upside, just like It did, I think, on Bitfinex. It got a big wick to the upside on Bitfinex. So NEO, we pulling back up to, that's very aggressive, guys. That's a nice divergence. It just pulled back, guys. 50% pullback, right? 50% pullback from like the April, actually June top out, like a, you know, June 25th top. We just pulled back 50%. 0.618 gonna be roughly about 13, and 0.786 gonna be like $16. So let's see if NEO, the volume is incredible. Okay, it is actually showing like a bottom formation, just like BTC, big volume. Now this volume is very very unusual for NEO. Big breakout with a big volume is very unusual. Okay, big breakout. So but we got one in this area, guys, and big selling pressure, trend continuation. Even though the selling pressure was excessive, BTC, you know, NEO, not versus BTC, but NEO USD, was able to like continue the uptrend. So let's give it time to brave, at least, you know, make a bull flag, a tap out, a drop to the downside, or a push to the upside. But we're gonna talk about the Altcoins NEO like a cool off. But target to look to the upside for NEO. If like we continue the uptrend, but I wouldn't be buying NEO right now. Okay, I wouldn't be. 50% pullback. Next area to look for to the upside, 13. If we break 13, you can look for 16. Okay, 16.1, roughly around 16, give or take, right? And then you know, of course the short's gonna be coming in, at least for the short term. This move, vertical move, is not healthy. I never seen like a vertical RSI like this, right? I've seen it before, but maybe didn't pay attention to it. But that's the first time, at least, I'm seeing it on NEO, like very vertical. Okay, very vertical. I'm really hoping like NEO gonna do great next bull run. So let's see how. That's a good news, at least for the short term, man. Seeing like NEO making this type of move, gonna bring back the excitement, and then you know, and hopefully seeing XRP also making this type of move, gonna bring a lot of excitement. All right, so a lot of excitement. Good entry level. It's not a financial advice, but I wouldn't enter NEO right now. Okay, I wouldn't be buying NEO right now after this big not red but big green candle. It has a valid case of you know, bottoming. Like I said about BTC, right? The selling pressure at the bottom has to equal to the, it has to be greater or equal to the selling pressure of the top. You can see, you know, the FOMO move we got at the top, we got another accumulation, big move, like basically big price pump to the upside. So you got a solid case to say, hey, you know, I can buy right now. I don't care. It's gonna go all the way up to to some crazy numbers, right? So, but let it cool down at least. You know, let it drop like 20-35%, and then you're gonna look for the push. All right. So, James at the water cooler. Hey, what's up, friends? You ugly. All right, thanks a lot for watching, friends. Let's take a look at you know, Nano, guys. Nano is one of the coins, like I was talking about, like in a private group, guys. It is I know it's not the it's not a financial advice, but I'm paying special attention on Nano, guys. It looks dead, but it is a project, guys. You gotta remember that Nano was like a penny, and it went almost all the way up to like what, $37-40. So right now it is sitting like you know, right around, I think, under $1. I haven't checked like Nano USD value, but the BTC value, Nano BTC, is looking incredible. So if BTC is gonna be dropping, most likely Nano gonna make a very big push to the upside. Similar move to Ether, I mean not Ethereum, but NEO USD. If you take a look at NEO USD on the daily chart, you can see it is making, the RSI is making a similar move, right? The RSI is making both momentum. Okay, both momentum are pretty much the same on the RSI. I'm gonna switch back to Nano, and you can see, you know, it is making even bigger. Okay, it is making it on the 3-day. Okay, Nano got even like a better, you know, contracting contracting RSI. You can see how it is contracted, and most likely this move going to be similar to a NEO move. So pay special attention to Nano. I don't have any Nano, so I'm not pumping it. Okay, I don't have any Nano, so but I just like this move. And at the same time, you can see Nano bottom formation right around this area. Okay, right around like a February, and I was pretty heavy on Nano like back in February, and was calling Nano to push back up. That's exactly what we did. And you take a look at the fractal we got also. Okay, similar fractal. I'm not saying it's gonna go to the moon, but this move is pretty much similar. Okay, pretty much similar. Okay, very similar move. Okay, very similar move. So you can see that it's just a smaller one. We could be pushing and at least push back up, retest like a 14, something like that, roughly around 14,000, 15,000 sats. Okay, in that area, 1,500 actually. All right, so Icon, we're gonna take a look at Icon. Hey, what's up, Sanchez? Thank you for tuning in. Icon, I was talking about Icon. Pay attention to Icon also. It is completely like forgotten. Nobody is talking about Icon BTC. Let's take a look at it. And if you guys remember, I was pretty big on Icon back in like February, March, you know, April, when I was calling for Icon to make this move. Okay, it pushed to the upside, gave us a nice bull flag, and then we took advantage of it. If you just search Icon, you can see I made a lot of videos about Icon making this move after this impulse wave. Okay, impulse wave, that was like a March, and I was like, Icon was one of my big coins like to buy on March, and it went all the way up like almost to like a roughly around like 10,000 right sats in that area. So get the rejection. Since then we've been moving down, so we got similar move. You can see how important these moves are, guys. Alt making the same exact move. You can see we got the same exact move, right? So a drop further just gonna validate the move, and the Icon could be facing some big buying pressure. Okay, and then could at least close above this area of 100 EMA on versus BTC. Okay, which is like 23, 29. It's not going to be a big deal for Icon going to 23 because the RSI is ready to pop. This move for the RSI is ready to pop, guys. It is ready to pop. It is ready to pop, guys. I said it for Bitcoin Cash. It's the same move, guys. It is ready to make a very big case. All right, why you should be buying it right now. So don't wait till Icon is. It's not a financial advice. I don't have any Icon. I think I don't have any, right? So don't wait till it goes up like 100 and 200% gain, and then you know everybody gonna get some sponsorship, and then they're gonna be talking about Icon, and then you're gonna jump in and buy it. I don't have any, right? I don't have any, to be honest with you, right? So let's talk about Tron also. We talked about Tron in the private group. Tron on the daily chart, it is basically, it gave us a 3-wave move. It could drop down again, right? That's actually 5, right? But let's say 3, right? It give us a double top. Look for Tron with a pullback. Okay, Tron coming back down to like 150 all the way down to 100 sats. Could break it. It's gonna be very explosive. So it is good time to start looking for Tron, regardless of what you think about the project. We could be, you see, we could be making this move. Okay, we could be making this move, drop down, and then it's gonna go to the moon, right? So regardless of what you believe about Tron, how crap it is, or none of that nonsense, right? Sticking to the chart, it could be very bullish very shortly. If we can get the RSI to be oversold, right? If you can get the RSI to be oversold, that'd be great for Tron. All right, we've been getting divergence like forever. Okay, you can see the RSI making some higher, some higher lows. Prices keep giving you this channel. Okay, this move just have to drop, break this low, give you a better divergence on the 3D chart. Let's go on the 3D. Okay, on the 3D chart, that's what you want. If we can get a divergence on the 3 days chart, it's gonna be great. Okay, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great if price can drop and break this area. It doesn't have to break it, but just to get the divergence, so RSI gonna get more momentum to start moving all the way up to the upside. So alt season could be starting very soon. Could be starting very soon. OneChain. Let's move on. If I analyze ICX pretty much the same as OneChain. So one BTC. I haven't talked about these coins like for years now. For almost like a 3 to 4 months, I haven't been talking about the alt. So I think one is ready to pop. Just taking a look at this chart. Let's see. So let's take that's a 3 days chart, guys. That's it. I was looking for one to like at least retest like a 1900 in that range, right? Right around like a 18, 19. Actually, it did, right? It came down like to 2000, okay, 2000 sats. And I said like sell your OneChain. This move is not organic. It's not a financial advice, but we call it like when one was like 5700, right? Like back in first week of August, stuff like that, right? Late August, something like that. We said like one gonna drop down and it's gonna break this low. It didn't break it quite. I don't have any one, right? But it could at least for the short term, right? We got the divergence we need, okay? It is not a strong divergence. I would love it to break this low in this area, get the necessary divergence, because you're gonna get this move, and then you could look at least for OneChain to retest the top, and then it's still gonna cool down, all right? But if like we go back to like 6,000, 5,700, definitely. If I'm holding OneChain, I'm definitely gonna look for cool down, for it to cool down, all right? After that, but also is looking. It's not looking bad. If you're holding for one, versus BTC. If you're holding for one, it's not a financial advice, but you could hold it. Even if it goes break this area 1800, you still accumulate, because you know this move gonna come, okay? You know that move gonna come. But I told you this move gonna come, basically, okay? Okay. Christopher, hey, what's up, Chris? Okay. BTC, okay, go long, friends. Thanks a lot, friends, for tuning in. If you're looking to long BTC, it's a great opportunity. I'm gonna give you financial advice. Go just joking, go long BTC, but it's not a financial advice. I'm just joking, man. Friends is funny, man. Friends and hold them, they're pretty funny. Hold them, I told you when BTC was like 13k, we're gonna drop down to to 7,000 level. You like, it's never gonna drop. It is your personal opinion. It is okay, but you have to respect other people's opinion also. When people say BTC gonna drop, you have to respect their opinion. It is their own money. It is their own analysis. Just make a counter argument, which is easier. When somebody says something, you go back and give a counter argument. It's easier to like try to say like you're wrong or you're right. Everybody's right on their own opinion, right? So we talk about one ZILLIQA. Let's see if I got ZILLIQA on my list. ZILLIQA, BTC. ZILLIQA, when ZILLIQA was 120, right? We said ZILLIQA gonna drop 50%, and it did that exactly. I don't talk about ZILLIQA much, but you can see ZILLIQA, we said like it's gonna drop 50%. Don't be too excited, okay? Now the bottom formation is looking great, but it's looking great, but you see these moves, guys, this move, that's what you need to pay attention to, okay? That's what you need to pay attention to. ZILLIQA, I don't see any pattern yet. It can give you like a very impulse wave out of nowhere, just pop to the upside like this, but I don't see any pattern right now on the 3 days chart. Let's maybe on the daily chart. You see on the daily chart, I don't see, let's see. Yep, we got a divergence, but I don't like this type of divergence. I don't like this one. But we got a divergence in this area. It's gonna pop, okay? But you cannot see it on the 3 days because the volatility is so low. You cannot see it. But this move is definitely okay. It's definitely gonna be pushing to the upside. It's definitely at some point gonna be. You got this move, okay? You got your divergence, okay? Everything is corrective within this area, this channel, okay? Okay, we could break this, okay? We could break this, and then we're gonna look for this move, all right? At least retest like the 100 EMA. But it is a good time to hold ZILLIQA, basically, all right? ZILLIQA down to even like a 47, 40 sats in that range. If like this wants to do this and do that, the auto side. But alt are looking good right now, okay? They're making a bullish case. January 2000, let's say December 20, 2017 alt bull run. Alt bull run not gonna last like 1 month, 2 months. Okay, it's gonna be like a 2 years bull run. So if you think you're missing the in my own opinion, I don't think alt just gonna pop like 100% gain in 1 month and then die, stuff like that. I would assume like you know, if we're gonna get a bull run, it's gonna last like at least 2 years. Okay, at least 2 years, at least 2 years. But they're looking good. They could be going back to 50% pullback from the April 1st sell-off. You remember when BTC pumped like April 1st in this area? April, okay, first week of April basically. Some alt was like April 1st, some of them like April 7th, right? Like Striders. I remember Striders trying to break like 25,000 sats in that range and couldn't break it on April 7th. That was live stream, okay? So we could be going 50% pullback, okay, which is like 200, 300 sats. It's not a big deal for ZILLIQA to do that, okay? 0.618 gonna be 350 sats. So if like we get a breakout, I would at least, if I'm holding ZILLIQA personally, if I were holding personally ZILLIQA, I'm going to be taking profit in this level. So and if I'm not buying, like I'm not accumulating like much alt right now, just few, I would be looking for ZILLIQA, Tron, Nano, okay, those three, okay? And then I'm going to make a special video why I'm going to be holding ZILLIQA also. ZILLIQA could be part of it, right? Could be part of it. ZILLIQA, Nano, Tron, right? What about XRP? Hey, what's up, El Mutaki? El Mutaki, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, man, and join the public Telegram group, all right? Steam, let me go back and take a look at the early messages. You know, most likely some of these guys. BNB looking great. Let's take a look at Steam. Steam pretty much similar to ZILLIQA. You see, I just switched the chart, and Steam, guys, it gave us this big dump right around this area. We just retested it. Most people thought like it was a you know, dump, but that dump was initially a big warning. It was a big warning. We came exactly and retested. And we got a big volume in this area, a rejection, came back, retest the previous low and broke it in this area. I'm not sure if you're going to retest this one, but it is a good, you know, basically a good time also to accumulate with this big volume. Unless this big volume is a fake out, it is giving you a big warning. We could be you know, at least giving like a start getting some pullback. All right, similar move to ZILLIQA, same exact move, right? Similar. Let's take a look at the 3 days chart. 3 days chart looks like a NEO versus a US dollar. So this gonna be pop. It's gonna pop like this, okay? If it's gonna push to the upside, it's just gonna pop. And the next area of resistance, you're gonna look on a 3 days chart. It's gonna be like a 28.24, okay? 28.24 on Binance, right? So. I don't think BTC can go to it can carry alt, okay? Alt versus BTC, of course they're gonna be dropping, but alt US dollar gonna be pushing up. They just not gonna be going like 200%, 400%, stuff like that, but they're gonna go 50, you know, 60, 70, double sometime in value. You know, basically NEO went from, you guys remember guys, NEO went from $5 to $20. BTC went from where? From $3,000 all the way up to 14. It's relatively the same amount of in terms of percentage. It's relatively the same. Okay, it's relatively the same. But when alt season starts, when BTC goes down, when BTC doubles, alt gonna triple or quadruple, right? So let's take a look at BTC on the 21 days 21-day chart. 97. I don't see any doji on the 21 days chart on BTC. I don't know which one you mean, but this one is a full body candle, unless you're talking about on the Heikin Ashi. Even on the Heikin Ashi, let's take a look at it. Even on the Heikin Ashi, we're getting a reversal candle on the 21 days chart, sitting on top of this 21 EMA. That's a valid case there. The bears got also, I forgot to mention it. You can see how we came back down to this 21 EMA and got a strong push. People forget, like back in 2018, BTC pushed from like almost like 5,700 to like a 10,000. It doubles in price, right? So that was a strong move in like 1 month also. So we also got the same move in this area. Okay, we also got the same move. So we could be just moving along this 21 EMA until we break it, but we don't have to. If like this is the start of the bull run, most likely, you know, BTC could be moving, not even gonna come back down to the 21 EMA, which is roughly around like a 21.27, which 21 EMA, the 21 days candle, not the any type of candle. Okay, not any type of candle. So you can see like we could move all the way up after that. Okay, all the way up to some crazy numbers, right? And we don't have any resistance right now, you know, on the 21 days chart. Okay, the only resistance like we need to break is like we already broke it. We just have to close above 10K also, right? But we don't have any resistance. But like, let's see, 10.6 is the, you know, the resistance on the 21 days chart. Or, you know, this one is, you know, it is already, we already tested it almost like a 14K. So I don't think like it's gonna be strong enough. It's going to be strong enough. So the bulls, you know, they can dominate the market, guys. They can definitely dominate the market. If as long as they break these levels, that's it, man. They you know, it's going to be FOMO all over the place. So Zcash is wrecked. Zcash, Zcash got added on, I think it got added on Coinbase last year, right around September, right? September, October. I remember the day Zcash was added and Zcash was pumping. Look at the Zcash 21 days chart. It's nothing bullish, man, guys. It's been red like almost like since almost since like December 2017. Okay, that's the Zcash BTC. It's nothing bullish about Zcash BTC on the Heikin Ashi. Nothing. Unlike the other cryptos, right? Unlike other crypto, it looks really bad, guys. It looks really bad. And hopefully Zcash not gonna retest this week, which is like 119 sats. So hopefully, okay. But I don't see anything bullish on Zcash. Let's remove the Heikin Ashi. Okay, it is making a bottom formation just like the other, you know, the other alt, but Zcash is not. Just have to wait. To get a. It can give you a surprising move like this, but it's still gonna drop and give you some falling wedge or something, a sort of divergence, you know, push the upside. But as up to now, like you know, October 27, 2019, 4:23 p.m. Eastern time, Zcash is not ready to pop. Okay, it's not ready to pop. It can give you a surprising one. I'm not saying it cannot, okay, because the outside right in this area you got a sort of divergence, but the overall chart on the bigger picture, especially on the 21, the weekly, it's not that great. It's not that great. Now I'm not saying it's gonna go, but hopefully it's not gonna retest, because they can dump it. They can do something like this again, right? They can do something like this, right? And I'll just show you about Steam. You can see when Steam, let's take a look at Steam. You can see when Steam gave us this move back then. This move was big because it was a Steam price was so high, right? So this move, be like, man, we're never gonna go back to this move. So you just have to be careful. You cannot just say basically Zcash. I mean, not Zcash. Let's see, that's ZILLIQA. Okay, let's just not say like it's not going to retest it. I'm not going to bet on it or wait for it at all, but it just, the chart is not looking good on the bigger picture. Like when I show you the XRP chart on the 21 days, it looks great, right? It looks great in terms of like a support, right? That's XRP chart. You can see the difference between XRP and Zcash. Okay, it looks great, right? But REN. All right, guys. Let's move back to BTC before we talk about REN, right? Litecoin $61, BTC 9,700. Let's move to the lower degree. All right, just got rejected. You know, we got the previous rejection. Our side looking good, so can try to push back up. It's looking good. Okay, it's looking good. So that 0.786 at 10.1, it is the highest I'm expecting. Even though I'm long in it, but that's the highest I'm expecting. If it goes higher, great. It's just gonna be more short opportunity, because market cannot go 3,000 points a week every single week. All right, cannot go. So let's take a look at quickly REN. Let's take a look at Binance. Okay, REN similar to I like this move, guys. I like this move, and I think REN got a chance to I like this move. That's a divergence move, and I said it in our premium group. I said like this move, whenever you see it, it's a divergence. You don't even have to like take a look at your RSI. That's the volatility is not bad at all. Like for, let's see, that's a 15 minutes. Let's take a look at the daily. The daily we don't have that, but on the 15 minutes we got a pattern to be pushing to the upside. So REN, you could be anticipating we got a reversal pattern also in this area. So that's three wave. We could get this one. Okay, we could get this one. We could get this one. But on the lower degree, 15 minutes, I was just looking at it randomly. It looks like it wants to give us further move to the upside. Okay, it wants to give us a further move to the upside. All right, this move. And Litecoin made this bottom formation also. That's how I remember Litecoin on the daily. I think Litecoin BTC, LTC BTC. Let's double check it. I'll show you. Not sure if it's LTC BTC, but I can double check it. It's either LTC BTC or Tron BTC, but I don't think it's Tron, because Tron made a flat bottom formation. Okay, LTC BTC. Let's see on the daily. Okay, you can see I'm giving you facts, guys. You can see this move. That's a similar move LTC made back back in roughly around like November to December, before the big push to the upside. So LTC, when I'm saying like LTC could drop, LTC could also make the same move in this area before pushing. So we could face more selling pressure, LTC BTC to the downside. All right, we're making the same move. Okay, this one could even be for dropping down and create some divergence. Okay, we got the divergence already. It should just retest it, but it is time basically to pay attention to alt. If BTC is dropping, they're gonna be popping out. Okay, it doesn't mean their dollar value gonna be going up, because if BTC drops, there's no way their dollar value goes up. So basically the takeaway is like pay attention to alt. All right, pay attention to alt. Especially after BTC went up like 40-50%, all those gains, they're gonna go into they could go into alt. But if BTC is dropping 5K, 7K, I wouldn't touch alt. All right. Right, I'm gonna take a look at REN. Stop paying on since. All right, guys. If you guys don't have any question, we got 59 watching, 42 watching. Hopefully we got a 40 to 50 likes. It is free content, guys. It is free content. Litecoin gonna do great, man. Also, after we hit the bottom, it's gonna do very well. Okay, it's gonna do very well. This move, guys, this move gonna do very well in the future. All right. Ether BTC, we said, let's see. I think we said Ether BTC, right? Was looking not bad, right? Let's see. Okay, Ether BTC. Let's see. I think that's what we talked about. Ether BTC, right? We said Ether coming back down to this level, get this correction, and we could be moving fast further. Can't remember last time we talked about, but you can see we got the same thing right here. We said I haven't even take a look at Ether BTC since last time we talked about it, right? And we said like Ether gonna be pushing up, coming back down, and I think Ether was right around this area. Okay, right around this area was 20. Let's see. So coming back down. I think Ether was at the top. We say it's gonna come back down, but basically can't remember when. But we got the pattern sitting right here. So you can expect like Ether at least to maintain this bullish pattern. It is bullish. Okay, it is a corrective. It is corrective. It could make this move some sort of a double bottom, divergence, whatever, and falling wedge before pushing back up, right? But Ether is not looking bad at all. It's not looking bad. Especially, it seems like we're coming back down to a fib retracement. Let's take a look at it. That's 50% pullback. So price action gonna definitely respect this level, and we could push back to 382, the previous fib retracement, which is like to 0.02. Okay, 0.02 BTC. So if BTC is 10K, Ether $200, right? So, but if BTC is what 8K, most likely Ether gonna be right around like 160, right? So, but it is oversold at an air, but we don't have any divergence to retrace, so I wouldn't be unless you day trading stuff like that. Wouldn't be. I mean, if you day trading, yeah, you can mess with it, but it's not looking bad at all. The corrective, it's just corrective to me. It's just corrective. Just corrective. Just corrective. Another count you could anticipate also, it could come back down and make this move, drop back down in this area before pushing back up. So, but this is gonna take forever. So you just have to be very patient. The bottom formation could look like this also. So could look like this also, or like that, come back here. So hey, what's up, Van? Make sure to hit the like, subscribe, Van. What's up, Alfredo? Make sure to hit the like, guys. Make sure to hit the like. EOS. I can't remember if I've been now. Let's see. EOS not looking. They all the alt they're looking the same, guys. They EOS basically we got the divergence we needed in this area, drop back down just like a Ripple XRP. Now push back up, attempting to push it above this area of 100 EMA. So EOS, I don't think it's I personally don't think like EOS can break this area of 100 EMA. We could break it, come back down. Okay, we could break it and come back down. All right, EOS is a tough one. Okay, the structure is a lot different. Let's take a look at it on 3D. Okay, on 3D we're getting rejected by the by this 21 EMA. You can see it. That's why the structure was looking funny on the daily chart. But we got this move, a drop down. Let's see if EOS BTC gonna give us this move, even a drop further down to get the R side, just to drop down to this oversold territory, and then you could look for EOS to reverse. But as of now, the way I'm looking at this 21 EMA on the 3D chart, it's not too bullish for me, even though the R side can pop. Okay, at any given time, those moves you cannot anticipate it. We can just like a NEO, you can get this move all the way up to overbought and get rejected by the 21 EMA. But if I'm looking to trade EOS, I wouldn't buy EOS as up to now 34,000. Okay, I wouldn't be buying EOS at 34,000, at least at the 30,000 to 25,000 in this area. Okay, once we get this divergence, right? Get this divergence. So yeah, I'm 65% bearish on BTC. 65% bearish on BTC. But it doesn't mean I cannot go bullish on BTC if look at this, guys. This is looking great on the 3 days chart, man. Look at the way all this. That's the BYBIT. That's a long, okay, long volume. Take a look at it on BYBIT. It's like the biggest ever on the 3 days chart. That's the biggest ever, guys. That's pretty scary, guys. It's pretty scary, right? Basically, it doubled the highest, you know, long volume on BYBIT, basically. And BYBIT been pretty successful in terms of advertisement, stuff like that. So this volumes is it is pretty significant. It is real volume. I don't think it's fake out volume, so it's real volume. So, but the fake out could be the the biggest fake out of all time. Could be the biggest fake out of all time. Could be the biggest fake out of all time. But let's wait till BTC retrace down to a mid 8K to a low high 97. I mean higher 7,700, and then we can see if BTC is strong enough to push higher. Let's see BYBIT 1545. Yep, 45 is ready to pop, guys. So let's see if it's gonna hit 10-1, another 400 points. All right, guys, we got roughly around 41 watching. We should be getting 40 likes. Okay, 40 likes. If you just joined, you haven't joined the public Telegram group, make sure to do so. If you you want to upgrade to our daily premium analysis, you can upgrade to our daily premium analysis, and then you can we can analyze BTC on a daily fashion, right? And see like kind of expect like some bearishness. If like we expect some bearishness, we can talk about it privately and stuff like that, right? So all right, guys, I think we talked about all the coins, and the gap. I think the last thing we forgot to mention is like the gap. The gap gonna BTC, if BTC opens above like 10K, it's gonna be 1,000 points difference. That's not gonna be good at all for a bull run. It means like we're gonna get either a big wick to the downside, just like the wick the one we got like back right around like the 6K level, right? If you go back on the 6K level, you have to pay attention. I don't talk about the gap much, but just for those of you guys like pretty, you can see like this wick. That's a 3 days chart. Let's go on the daily. If you go on any chart, you're gonna see it. That's the BTC drop down to the 21 EMA. If you had some long position in this area, it's going to be a great opportunity. But on right now, like if BTC opens like right around 10K by Monday, right tomorrow, the gap going to be right around this area. So it could be like a 1,000 point gap, or you have to just either put a long position in there, because BTC going to drop down, eat all your position before pushing back up, right? So before pushing back up. So okay, no gap on the weekly chart, so you can see no gaps on the weekly chart. So we only got one gap in this area, and I think it got filled, right? We filled this gap. Yep, we did. Exactly, we did fill this gap, right? So, and that's like the February 22nd. I wasn't even paying attention to the gap, right? But you can see on February 22nd, BTC got a big sell-off, right? And if you go back watch my previous live stream, I said like BTC, I didn't even know about the CMA. I wasn't even paying attention to it. BTC gonna drop down, get rejected by the 50 EMA. It's gonna move sideways 5 to 7 days, gonna go back up in this area, bang, it's gonna go to the moon, right? And we were looking for 10K when BTC was roughly under 4K. All right, so let's see. It is pretty similar, guys. We're going back to the three days 21 EMA also. Pretty similar bottom formation. Okay, pretty similar to this area. Pretty similar, pretty similar. 21 EMA drop down on the 3 days chart. It doesn't matter which chart you're gonna look at. The 3 days chart on the 21 EMA rejected the price right around this area also. Okay, even though we are making a bottom formation, you can see. Okay, on the 3 days chart, that's Litecoin. Let's take a look at BTC. Right around this area. That's exactly right. Yep, right around like February 22nd. We got this rejection. So, but right now we above this 21 EMA. Right, we're right above it. Yes, I'm 65% bearish still. But it doesn't mean I'm not long in BTC. I'm long in BTC up, to some levels, right? And I'm gonna get out and see what is it gonna do, right? So Charles, 8800, that's great, man, because I'm looking for 87 to 8400. So you might be talking about like the gap is at 8800, but I think the gap is not. It's at 86 in that. Yeah, it's at 88 in that range. Yeah. It is looking good, guys. It is starting to look better and better. Better and better. Looking better and better. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. Be safe out there. Put your stop losses. Market volatility gonna be very high, and we're definitely gonna enjoy this uptrend. Maybe like the downtrend could be coming very shortly also, and then we're gonna start looking to the downside, right? If the momentum changes, and then we just gonna be looking for some further sell-off. All right, guys, thank you for watching, man.